Play with the best players and build the best squads for less at ufifa.com. For super cheap FIFA points and FIFA coins, use code TVM at checkout. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to another week of Team of the Week predictions. This week is probably one of the hardest I've had in FIFA 17, mainly because there's not a lot of leagues on, and it was, of course, the international break, and there's not really anywhere to look for detailed in-game stats of what happened. So I've had to look through a lot of highlights and just gone off what I think is probably going to happen here. So first up, we have Eastwood. He kept a clean sheet in Oxford's 0-0 draw. He made 3 saves, but more importantly, made, I think, the only penalty save that a goalkeeper who's in FIFA made this weekend. Next up, we have Nestorovsky. Hope I'm saying that right. He got 2 goals in a 3-0 win over Liechtenstein. Only recently got an upgrade from like a really low 60 rated silver up to a 72 rated silver, I think. So now has got himself an inform as well, hopefully. Sbas Delev, these names are crazy. Bulgarian, scored 2 goals in a 2-0 win over the Netherlands. It would be a position change as well from a left mid to a striker. One of 2 bronze in this week's Team of the Week predictions. Don't normally do that, but I thought they have to give it to him for scoring 2 goals against the Netherlands, and obviously the next guy as well. Brendan Santalab got himself a hat-trick in a 3-1 win over Melbourne. One of the first Australian players to get in form in a long time. Nicolas Bertolo, keep wanting to say Bertoli for some reason. 1 goal and 2 assists. He also picked up man of the match. This would be a position change as well from a left mid to a right mid in a 3-1 win. One of only, well, one MLS player to get himself an inform this week, and that is Juan Agudelo. He got 2 goals in a 5-2 win for New England. Going into the depths of Spanish football for this one, for the first time in a long time, Carlos David, 1 goal in a 3-1 win over Mirandes. And that's from the centre-back position as well, with pretty decent physical and defensive stats, to be fair. Finally, a player some of you may recognise, Hertha Berlin's very own Vladimir Drida. One of 2 Czech players in this week's Team of the Week predictions, incidentally. 2 goals in a 6-0 win over San Marino. Not that that's massive or anything, because San Marino tend to concede 5 or 6 every game anyway, but we are lacking a few players this week. So if you haven't been keeping up with the international break, Ronaldo scored 2 goals, but I have gone with Andre Silva, just purely because I think Ronaldo would have needed a hat-trick to get himself that inform. 1 goal and 1 assist for Andre Silva in a 3-0 win for Portugal. I would love to see the Ronaldo, but I can't quite see it happening with a few months left of the season. I'm really not sure how to say this guy's name. Tosun, maybe? Not quite sure. He got 2 goals in a 2-0 win over Finland. Scoring 2 goals for Turkey has to really warrant an inform. And finally, on to the starting lineup. Subasic of Croatia made 6 saves, kept a clean sheet in Croatia's 1-0 win. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, international break is always difficult when it comes to Team of the Week predictions, because there's not really a website that shows you the in-game stats, the detailed stats of what happened in that game. Normally what I would do with defenders is see how many tackles they've made, how much possession the opposition had, and so on and so forth. It's difficult to do that with international breaks. So I've gone with Klavan, who endured 13 shots. The opposition had 5 corners and 60% possession, but he still managed to keep a clean sheet and a 0-0 draw against Cyprus. It's a very similar story with Kostas Manolas. He obviously plays for Greece and endured an absolute bombardment of pressure from Belgium. It was a 72% possession landslide in favour of Belgium and 13 shots toward goal as well, and yet they still walked away with a point. I would imagine much down to Manolas. The second of the Czech players in this week's Team of the Week predictions, Gabri Selassie, who I believe sounds like an F1 driver. 1 goal and 1 assist in a 6-0 win over San Marino. And could Tadic be in for, what's this, a 3rd inform? Unbelievable performance yet again from him. 1 goal, 2 assists on international duty, with a man of the match award as well in a win over Georgia. Probably the only guaranteed inform of this week is going to be Andre Schürrle. 2 goals and 1 assist in Germany's win. Obviously picked up a man of the match as well. Gone for a bit of a speculative one here, but David Silva may have just done enough. I think someone from the Spain game will get one. They won 4-1. David Silva got himself a goal in a 4-1 win, of course. It would be a position change to a right wing. I don't believe I think he's central at the moment. But I feel like they'll go with someone. They might go with a big Premier League name because they're going to need it, because this Team of the Week is a bit scarce for big names. Not a big name, but a big card. This is going to be ridiculously nice if he gets it. Edin Viska, 1 goal and 1 assist, and he also picked up man of the match in a 5-0 win for Bosnia. This would also be a position change from the right side to the left side, but still a fantastic looking card. Could we possibly see a 28th inform for Forsberg? This guy has been sensational this year. 2 goals in a 4-0 win for Sweden. Let's hope so, because that card looks absolutely filthy. Moving in to the final 2 players of this week's Team of the Week predictions. Olivier Giroud of France. 2 goals in a 3-1 win over Luxembourg. Normally, I don't think that would be enough. But like I said, international duty does bring it around times of upheaval, and EA have different methods. So hopefully, because I actually really liked his other card. And next and finally, we have the 86 rated Jermaine Defoe. I'm not quite sure on this one. I've thrown him in there because I feel like someone from that England game is going to get an inform, purely because EA England makes sense, right? 1 goal in the 2-0 win over Lithuania. Not that it was a particularly great goal, good work from Sterling, but a fairly easy finish by Defoe standards. But I just feel like he might scrape one in there. But the other player worth mentioning is going to be John Stones, for more than one reason. The first of which you can see on screen, he is a one-to-watch card. And he's been a bit underwhelming in that role, because obviously EA picked out the one-to-watch cards because they were expecting these guys to get a couple of informs each, and John Stones really hasn't done anything. He hasn't even got close to getting that inform. So people with the Stones one-to-watch cards, you could be in for a bit of a treat here, because EA might just take this as an opportunity to give him an inform. He made a goal line clearance from a Lithuanian striker who literally didn't have a clue what he was doing and headed the ball toward goal at like 2.5 centimeters an hour. But it still had to be cleared off the line. He kept a clean sheet as well, of course, in their 2-0 win. So that is going to do it for this week's Team of the Week predictions. To wrap things off, we have David Alaba. 88 rated, very sexy looking card. Kept a clean sheet and got himself an assist in Austria's 2-0 win. This one is a possibility, as is the John Stones. I didn't put him in the starting 11 because I don't think he's done enough, but it depends how desperate EA are. Normally I would say that no, this is not enough, but Mats Hummels was given one for doing nothing a while back. Socrates the same. Both of those, in fact, even in the same week maybe, were given informs for doing pretty much nothing. So we could see a David Alaba inform. We could actually see it be a left mid as well, because he did swap around positions quite a lot in that game. So it's going to be basically down to EA whether they're feeling generous and they give us a massive position change. It is FUT birthday on Friday, so with a lot of free packs being rumoured, we might not see half the players that I've mentioned in Team of the Week, purely because they don't want to give out these 88, 89 rated players. We'll have to wait and see. Now, you'll notice that I actually left 1 or 2 players out entirely, and I didn't actually fill the squad completely because I just couldn't really find anyone who deserved it. I didn't want to just chuck anyone in there for the sake of it. I know a lot of people rely on this sometimes for investing, so I didn't want to give out like information where I thought, oh, sod it, that'll do. I just left it out. So League 1 and League 2, for instance, I couldn't see anyone, apart from the Oxford keeper, I couldn't see anyone that I really thought, yes, he deserves it. So I'm relying on you guys and the comment section this week to help me out with the lower leagues. Who do you think deserved it from League 1 and League 2, and indeed, of course, any other league that I've left out? If you have enjoyed this week's Team of the Week predictions, do me a favour and smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have done so, of course. And until the next time, goodbye.